he challenged witches. Okay. Similar thing that Elijah did. And then they decided to meet.
Do you know that during the early part of the year, for the first 4 months, the man goes to the mountain to spend 40 days in prayer? Are you aware of the labors of Babalolo in the spirit? People are asking for the mantle of Babalolo. Did you know that every 3 hours they pray in tongues for 1 hour in Babalolo's house for close to 40 years? Did you know that during the early part of the year, for the first 4 months, the man goes to the mountain to spend 40 days in prayer? Are you aware of the labors of Babalolo in the spirit? Do you have his hunger? If that unction rests upon you, do you have the capacity to accommodate it? Did you not read about the Azusa Street revival? They prayed in tongues for 7 hours for 8 months, and they told them to increase it to 9 hours. What is coming? The urgency of the spirit. Their capacity has not yet been enlarged, and he needed to work on it. So they increased, and when they began to enlarge their appetite, suddenly the move of the spirit came. That's why I say tarry in Jerusalem until you are endued. He didn't say tarry for 10 days. He didn't say tarry for 20 days. Tarry until you are endued. When you come to that gauge of the spirit where you can accommodate it, then the wind of the spirit will move. Many people have no appetite for God. They have appetite for many things. The guy can sit and watch 4 matches. The guy can sit and watch 3 seasonal movies in 3 weeks. But when you say come to God's presence, suddenly he begins to window. But he said, they that journey to the deep, they are the ones that qualify to see the wonders of God. You have not journeyed enough. Your appetite is too shallow. The measure that you are looking for, it takes appetite to accommodate it.
I heard the story of the great prophet Babalolo. I heard it. And I heard it from someone that was there. Huh? Because even though he was a very little child, he challenged witches. Okay. Similar thing that Elijah did. And then they decided to meet at a certain spot. He gave the witches from morning to evening to kill him. So when the time now reached, it was his own turn. The first thing he did to introduce his time was that he cried Jesus, and physical fire fell from heaven, and it was on camera. They caught it on camera and consumed the witchcraft tree, the tree that was their entry point. They had consecrated that tree to witchcraft. So there were dimensions in the dark realm that the tree was the entry point into. It was that tree that came under flames because a man cried Jesus. Now it has nothing to do with the man's height or the family the man has come from. It has everything to do with where he's standing.